Welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age 2. We have just arrived in Kirkwall with our family, or most of our family at least. Work, however, did not make it. Wave goodbye to our little ship that brought us here and see what is going on outside the city walls. Guards.
Get back to the crowd, you lot. Trying to bully your way through won't get you into Kirkwall any faster.
But you do intend to let us in?
We have enough poor of our own in the free marches. We don't need you refugees piling up here like a middens heap.
I heard someone call this fortress the gallows. Is it a prison?
Used to be. Back in the Imperial days. They kept slaves here until the rebellion. Now the Templars run it, and use it to lock up their mages. Guess not much has changed.
Huh, so I guess they don't have a mage's tower here. They have the gallows.
Are mages imprisoned here?
Well, no more than anywhere else. It's a circle of magi now. Magic is to serve man, not rule him. And mages are better locked up where they don't hurt anyone.
Glad I'm not a mage in this game. Free marches do not seem friendly to them.
Why aren't we being allowed into the city?
If it were up to me, I'd bar the gates and let you find somewhere else to beg. But it's not. Some of you lot might have legitimate business in the city. So Knight Commander Meredith wants us to sort you all out. Most of you are getting right back on your ships, though.
Meredith, I remember Meredith.
That's a Templar title. Why would a city guardsman answer to the Templars?
We don't answer to her, but she's the power in Kirkwall. Don't know what would happen if the Viscount went against something she wanted, but he's sure never taken that chance.
There must be someone in charge I can speak with.
Yes, always the same story. You want in, talk to Captain Ewald. I'm just here to keep you refuse from climbing the walls.
Alright, so I noticed in that last decision, it wasn't a kind, clever, tough choice, or whatever they're called. It was actually a choice. So I'll have to actually hover over things and look at the icons, so I know what I'm actually choosing. Wait, don't see much around here. I like the minimap, it's kind of obtrusive.
Was Wesley based out of the Lothering Chantry? I don't remember ever seeing him there.
He served elsewhere. He was coming to find me at Ostagar. Were you familiar with every Templar in Lothering?
How else was I supposed to know when to run and hide?
Good point. We met some of the Templars in Lothering in the first game, at least that one that was outside of town.
You can't keep us in here.
And there was a Knight Commander there, or whatever the equivalent was. Or Bryant? Was that his name, or is that somebody else?
We've no intention of keeping anyone.
Alright, there's the gallows.
Going back to where you came from.
Large
My men
building.
and I fought against the Blight. We're heroes.
Deserters.
Statues.
It doesn't matter. Kirkwall has no more room for anyone.
More docks down there. Pretty area. We'll be spending a lot of time here.
Let us through, you flaming blighter. We're not staying in this pit.
Then get back on your ship and leave. Kirkwall has no more room for refugees.
The ship's already gone. We've paid good coin to get here.
You and half of Ferelden. There's nothing I can do. The city is full.
One of the guards said you were letting in people who have business in the city.
That's right. We've seen you let lots of people through.
Citizens and merchants that make it worth our while. I'll assume that you don't have any more coin than these gentlemen. We've been letting you Fereldens in for months. You're too late. There's no more room.
But we have family here. Doesn't that mean anything?
I've heard claims like that 1,000 times already, trust me. We'll find some ships to take you all back to Ferelden, eventually. Until then, you stay here.
This has some real-world analogs. There are a lot of cases of, particularly in Australia, I believe, with taking in refugees and dealing with overcrowding. You can offer to pay him, you can ask who decided this, or you can try to persuade him, I guess.
Our uncle is Gamlen Amel. He knows we're coming. Surely someone could find him.
Gamlen? I know that name.
He's a nobleman here in the city. Our family has an estate.
A nobleman? The only Gamlen I know is a weasel who couldn't rub two coppers together. He comes back, I'll bring you to him. But I don't have time to...
What? You gonna let them through?
I didn't say anything about...
We've been here for 4 days. They just got here.
That's it. We're carving our way out of here. Men?
That seems unwise. Let's start flipping the azimuth last.
Face me! I stand for all of us!
Help me with this one!
Done and down!
There's the leader. Wouldn't mind getting a backstab at him, but I think we'll need it. Oh, one more archer.
I'll deal with this.
That's right. One thing I hate about this game is that the enemies just respawn like continuously. So you never really know when you're done until they just stop spawning.
Unbelievable.
Captain, are you all right?
I am, no thanks to you. Where is everyone? Go find them. I want this kept under control. You have my thanks. Look, I can't get you into the city. It's not my decision. But I'll find your uncle and bring him here.
Good enough.
It's been 3 days. This waiting has to end.
I'm sure it won't be much longer. Gamlen must still be looking for us.
And if he's not?
Wait. I think someone's coming.
Here's Uncle.
Leandra. Damn, girl. The years haven't been kind to you.
Gamlen.
Oh, it's starting to come back to me a little bit. What our first quest
Let
is.
me say up front, I wasn't expecting this. The Blight, your husband, dead. I'd figured you'd pretty much be Ferelden for life.
Oh, Gamlen. We came too late. My poor carver didn't make it, and Drastic guide him.
Oh, make her save me. Leandra, don't drop this on me here. I don't even know if I can help you get in.
Would it help if I said you were my favorite uncle?
It'd make me feel better, but that's about it. I was hoping to grease some palms, but the Knight Commander's been cracking down. We're gonna need more grease.
But what about the estate? Surely Father left something when he died?
Right, about the estate. It's, gone. To settle a debt. I've been meaning to write you.
Then there's no hope.
Not quite. I know some people who might help. If you're not too delicate about the company you keep.
Huh. It seems like he used our estate to pay off the gambling debt. Also, if you'll notice, their last name is Amel, our mother's maiden name and Gamlen's last name. Amel is also the last name of a human mage in Origins, which is the character we played. So that makes our characters from the first game and the second game cousins. I don't see much of a family resemblance, to be honest. I think he had a bit of a darker complexion, but at least his hair was darker. But that could come from her mother, we'll say.
Mother said our family was wealthy. You really can't help us.
I am blighted helping. I've got 2 offers of work from people who've got the coin to open those gates.
I still can't believe you sold the estate. Gamlen, how could you?
Well, I didn't expect your blasted family to show up on my doorstep. I've got a nice place in Lowtown. You'll see, it'll all work out.
In Lowtown? Yeah, seems like this is not the minor noble family that we were told about in his letters. One thing I want to mention too, just before I forget, because it was from the last episode, when Cassandra asked Varric, did Flemeth send someone with them? I guess alluding to like how she sent Morgan with the Warden, and he said in a manner of speaking. That's really interesting. It makes me think this amulet might be housing a demon or somebody's soul, or something really cool and magical. But I honestly don't remember what it is, so I guess we'll have to keep playing and find out. Any more questions?
Do we need to stay in Kirkwall? Let's go to another city.
This was my home. I can't believe they won't let me come back.
Every city on the coast's been hip-deep in Ferelden since the Blight. You could try your luck further inland, I suppose, but it won't be easy.
No, we're not putting Mother through that. We'll find a way. We don't have any choice, do we? I need to get my family into Kirkwall.
I talked to my contacts, and I found some people who might be willing to pay your way into the city. The catch is, you and your sister have to work off the debt. For a year.
A year?
It's the best I could do. Trust me when I say a bunch of refugees won't get a better option anywhere else.
A whole year. Indentured servitude. Yeah, I guess that's... We don't have much of an option at this point. And if it gets our family to safety, we'll have to do.
So, you're selling us into indentured servitude? That's your idea?
Think of it as having a job waiting for you in your new home.
Wonderful.
I managed to convince my contacts to come to the gallows to meet you personally. Mirren heads up the mercenary company, the Red Iron. They're looking for recruits. Fenril, I guess you might call her a smuggler. Either one of them can help you. All you need to do is find them in the courtyard and convince them you're worth the trouble.
So mercenaries or smugglers? Interesting. Wonder if there's another option. I think this is just asking for input.
What do you think about this, Bethany?
We've come this far. I don't care who we work for, as long as it means we don't have to go back.
What kind of man is this Mirren?
He's a hired sword. What do you expect him to be like? I wouldn't bring him home for dinner or anything, but he's got a decent reputation. I wouldn't have asked him if I thought he'd cross you.
How dangerous is this smuggler's work?
Well, it won't be pretty working for her. She's a pretty small fish compared to some of the other thieves' guilds around here. But she's tough, she's fair, and she never deals in slaves or flesh.
Alright. That's kind of what I wanted to know, like, how bad exactly are these two people compared to one another? It seems like the smuggler might be a little more discerning of the two of them, and have a bit more scruples.
Let's find them and see what they have to say.
Oh, Gamlen, I don't know about this.
It's a lot of coin, Leandra. Don't go expecting our name to carry the kind of weight it used to.
And what of me? I will not allow others to incur debts on my behalf.
Can't see that it makes a difference. You look like a lady who can pull her own weight.
Then you'll come with us.
I have no real option. Thank you.
Alright. I don't know why the EA server does that. Oh, also, we can level up Bethany, I guess. Alright, let's give her some more points into magic. Willpower could be good as well. But we'll put the points into magic for the time being. And I think I'm going to make her an elemental mage, because elements are... creation. I should probably make her a healer, actually, come to think of it. I don't think heals are quite as powerful in this game as they are in the last game. It's not... Well, I don't want to say it's not a Trinity-based game. It probably is. But again, that makes it kind of weird when the only healers are mages. We will give them... Yeah, it seems like this is the only heal. You have Heroic Aura, Haste, and then some glyphs up here. Let's give her heal, though. What are her tactics like? Did they update automatically? They did! Yay! I wonder if we get more tactic slots as we level up, or if we actually need to do something to get more slots. I suppose we'll find out. Alright, so there's Mirren, and I don't know where the other one is. But let's explore as well. Gamlen and Mother, there's the captain. Can we talk to him anymore?
So, that was your uncle, was it? Good. I thought he was another confidence man trying to sell promises. I don't suppose he has the coin you'll need to get in.
He had some ideas.
They always do. If it were just up to me, I'd let you through. But there are a lot of eyes watching, a lot of palms that need greasing. My suggestion? Wait for a ship and hope the next city hasn't already closed their doors.
Not an option. Destruction of Lothering. Find a Thenril or Mirren in the gallows courtyard, and long way home, deliver Flemeth's amulet to Keeper Marathari. Long way home? Are we bringing what or whoever is in this amulet home? How do I get rid of that? Oh, you click on it. Alright, so let's talk to a Thenril first. He's the... Oh, the Thenril's the, Oh, she's an elf. Cool. She's the mercenary. Or the smuggler, rather.
Are you a Thenril?
You must be Gamlen's niece. Interesting. I don't know what he told you about us, but he certainly told us a great deal about you.
He didn't say anything about me, did he?
Enough to pique our interest, provided you can justify your uncle's confidence.
Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of the redesign, I guess is the best word for it, they did for elves in this game. Like, before they were kind of just like smaller, more slightly built humans, but now they're kind of, I don't know, the proportions just seem a little off and the ears seem a little too big. But I guess they wanted to differentiate them a bit more.
I'd like to know more about what we'd be doing for you.
I can be honest. We don't compete with the Thieves Guild, but we keep our fingers in a lot of pots. That said, we're not killers or slavers. Anything short of that, however, is fair game.
Do what you want, but this sounds fishy to me.
We can't afford to be choosy.
Yeah, this might actually be our better of the two options, but we'll keep asking around.
I hear getting us into the city isn't cheap.
If you're as good as your uncle claims, we're hoping you'll be worth it. After all, it's not every day we're offered an apostate's services.
What if that's a trick? I mean, she is wearing a staff and robe-ish outfits. Yeah, I don't be like, you know Bethany is a mage? Ah, so I was right, she is a mage, tricked you. But I doubt that's going to happen, so...
It appears our uncle likes to talk.
The Templars in Kirkwall like to think they have all mages properly leashed, but when has that ever been true? We can keep them from taking notice while you're with us. Wouldn't be the first time.
I get the feeling that we're going to encounter a number of mages outside the Chantry's grasp.
How did you get to be one of my uncle's contacts?
Is that what he calls me? He owes us after that last big idea. If you turn out, though, we'll consider things even.
Is this... Can I change my mind if I say not interested? I don't want to be forced to choose the mercenary guy. I just want to talk to him and see what he has to say for himself. Hopefully I can come back later.
I'll find some other way into the city.
Suit yourself. I'll be around for a bit, if you change your mind.
Good. That's what I figured. Alright. That's it over in this little corner. Let's head over... Is that... Gamlen. Aha, there's Mirren.
Mirren?
And you must be Hawke. Nice. Your uncle talked up a storm about you. He better not be blowing more smoke out his arse.
I'd like to know more about you first.
Right. You're not a marcher like your uncle. The Red Iron is well known in these parts. We pick who we work for and keep our noses clean. But anyone screws with us, we mess them up. Makes sense.
Makes sense.
I never pictured myself as the mercenary type.
What does he mean by keep their noses clean? Yeah, I'm really not sure which group is the more moral of the two.
Getting us into the city will take a lot of coin.
Did I mention the Red Iron gets paid pretty well? Not to mention your uncle said your sister's a mage. We're willing to pay for that.
Does everyone know about us?
Your sister's not in the circle yet? Then probably not. You stick with us. You'll be safe. For a year, at least.
My uncle doesn't seem like the sort to hang out with mercenaries.
He doesn't. Gamlen cheated one of my men at a wallop match. You turn out, we'll call it even.
I'm gonna say no for now.
I'll find some other way into the city.
Let me know how that works out for you.
I feel like whoever you help probably ends up gaining some influence in the city because of what you do for them. Might even become a player in later chapters. What I recall, the game is structured in chronologically in 4 pieces: the prologue, chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3, and it fast forwards between each. So I'm assuming that the prologue is going to happen until we choose one of these guys, maybe prove our worth, and then we'll fast forward that year and begin chapter 1. We can't go through that gate, so we can't go this way, in other words. Anything around here I should be... Who's Friedrich? He has a guard. He must be a noble.
Did I not tell you to keep the rabble out of here?
There's only so much I can do, Monsieur. I don't control the gallows.
Then what am I paying you for?
Rabble? Hey now. Wonder if he's like one of our marks for one of their quests. Yeah, I honestly don't remember which one of these guys we should go with, but I don't know. Smuggler, I mean, smuggler can't possibly be that bad. What is this? The gallows. Statues of tortured slaves fill the gallows courtyard, a ghastly memento of Kirkwall's history. 1,500 years ago, Kirkwall was the Tevinter Imperium's largest quarry, feeding the construction of the Imperial Highway. The Imperium's hunger for expansion led to legions of slaves forced into working the quarry. When the Empire's construction phase ended, Kirkwall slid naturally into its new role as the capital of the slave trade, the gallows at its heart. The statues are not monuments to the suffering of slaves. Every inch and angle of the courtyard was designed by magisters bent on breaking the spirit of newcomers. Executions here took place daily, sometimes hourly, and corpses were hung from gibbets throughout the yard. New slaves trudging in from the docks saw what awaited them. When Our Lady turned her armies against the Imperium, the slaves of Kirkwall revolted and claimed the city for themselves. The gallows stood empty for 200 years, not to be reopened until the crowning of divine Justinia I. The gallows transformed the city again when the abandoned prison tower became the home of Kirkwall's Circle. From In Pursuit of Knowledge, Travels of a Chantry Scholar by Brother Janativi. We met him, and we actually read other passages of this book. Seems like he really did get around when he was writing it. Anybody over here? A merchant?
I've already told you, I can't give you any more for them.
But that was everything we have. It's all we brought with us.
And I feel for you, Sirrah, but it's the best I can do.
If they just let us into the city, I could get 3 times that price.
Myron?
Your business is done.
But...
Now then, what can I do for you, Sirrah?
She didn't seem very happy with the deal you made.
What am I supposed to do? Buy every piece of furniture these people dragged with them?
I'm sure they'd rather not sell what little they have left.
My point is that I'm running a business, not a charitable order. I'm sorry.
I imagine the profits help with the guilt.
I didn't think there'd be any stores here in the fortress.
There are many merchants who come here right now who can't afford the bribes to enter the city. So the Templars suggested having someone set up shop, temporarily. And I am the lucky man.
You mean you paid your own bribes to be here?
If they allowed everyone to set up shop, this place would turn into a bazaar. Sadly, there's only so much I can do for those Fereldens. Poor sods.
I'm sure you're very broken up over it.
I meant you. Folks like yourself.
I would imagine people coming from Ferelden wouldn't bring that much coin with them. But then again, if they're fleeing their homes and taking all their treasures north, they may actually have something worth bartering with.
I didn't think there'd be any stores here in the fortress.
Oh, never mind.
So
he doesn't actually answer the
suggested
question.
Having someone set up shop, temporarily. And I am the lucky man.
I don't need anything.
As you wish, Sirrah.
Alright, I guess he doesn't actually sell things. I think we're gonna go with the smuggler lady, because at least it doesn't involve killing. And hopefully those guys are only killing people that deserve to be killed. But either way, I think smuggling sounds fun, so let's talk to the elf.
Change your mind? Or no?
Tell me what you need done.
There's a merchant named Cavril, friend of the Templars, so they let him set up his little shop here in the gallows. We supplied him in return for a piece of the take, but now he won't pay up. We can't go near him without him screaming for the guard, but you can. Get our money from him and you're in.
Well, I've met him already, so that'll be easy. But I assume this guy's for this quest, and the other guy, the noble, is for the mercenaries quest. I feel like there was a third way, though. Like, I don't know. Something makes me think you could either sign up with both of them, or there was a way to not sign up with either. I don't remember it at all, though, so I might have made that up. I like this courtyard. Yeah, I would not have wanted to be a slave here 1500 years ago. Why don't they take these statues down? Like, I don't know. Alright, let's talk to our new friend again. Oh, a chest. Can I unlock it? Oh, I think he's gonna see me.
Hey there! What are you doing with that?
Back away from it, friend. Now.
Alright.
Wait. This is a Thenril's doing, isn't it? You can tell that bitch I'm going straight to the guard again.
Well, you can ask him to bribe you. You could ask Aveline to rough them up a bit. Let's go with that.
Care to step in here?
Only because this toad deserves it.
Oh, I thought she was going to stab him there.
Pay, or I beat it out of you and your men.
Hey!
Stay back. Just take what's in the chest. Take it all. Now I'm getting out of here. Let those guards find someone else to buy Dogland junk.
Dogland junk. Hey, Aveline liked that. I thought she might. Alright, we got 2 gold. I don't think we're going to keep it, though. I wonder if maybe you can use the gold to buy your way in? Maybe that's the third way? Or maybe if you do both quests, you have enough gold to get in? I'm not going to backstab this lady, though. This is going to be my new home. I don't want to be known as someone who goes back on their deals.
Here you go, as requested.
Will you look at that? Tell your uncle we'll make the arrangements. Welcome aboard.
Alright. Hey, level up. 3 tactic slots acquired. So it seems like you get them naturally. You get to pay all the gold to her, though. Alright, that is not level up. That is. Okay, I want to put points in cunning, because I want to get 20 cunning as fast as I can. And that way I can unlock traps and all. It seems like there aren't any skills in this game. That things that were determined by skills last time are only determined by your attributes now. I wonder, is there potion making and enchanting, or can maybe anybody can make potions and stuff now? That makes more sense. Yeah, not gonna be an archer. That could be fun too, but I'd rather be more up in your face type of rogue, or I guess behind your back type of rogue, as it were. Explosive strike. Rogue completes the combo built up by Unforgiving Chain. Every basic melee attack that the rogue completed immediately prior to using Explosive Strike increases the damage inflicted by breaking the chain. Huh. Wonder if it's actually worth using that or not, or if it's worth just keeping the chain going. Critical chance. Well, it only stacks critical chance plus 2% per hit. That's plus 20% crit chance at most, which is like 10% overall damage. Whereas this is plus 50% per basic attack in previous chain. That could be like 500% damage. Alright. Well, there is stamina in this game too, apparently. Okay, I haven't really been paying attention to stamina, but maybe I should start. Alright, anyway, let's get Explosive Strike. Aveline. So I don't know as a tank, is it better to stack defense? Oh, okay, so dexterity does not affect defense anymore. For all classes, it increases the likelihood of landing a critical hit. Huh. Damage and attack along with fortitude. Willpower is mana and stamina. So how do you affect your defense chance then? I like that the tooltips are very detailed in this game. That's a nice change. Alright, we'll give her health then. I'm pretty sure she's going to be one of our main tanks. Weapon and shield. That's another thing too, is I don't think you can change around the weapons of your companions, or their outfits even for that matter, which I don't like that at all. They really should make it completely customizable. But at least you can change around Hawke, so that's something, I guess. Well, not a lot of choice. As long as the shield is equipped, they receive no bonus. Enemies receive no bonus for attacking from behind. Sounds worth it. Alright. Well, let's go report back to Uncle and tell him that we made our little deal.
Any luck?
Yes. They've agreed to help us.
I'll speak to Athenril and see when the bribes can be made. Wait here.
Then we made it. The voyage is over. No more running for our lives unless we really have to.
If only Carver were here with us.
And Wesley.
It's a shame.
Let's just see what happens. We have a long year ahead of us.
I sense a time jump coming.
Thus began the Champion's first year in Kirkwall. Word arrived from across the sea that the hero of Ferelden had defeated the Blight. But Lothering was destroyed. Kirkwall was the Champion's home now. So she remained, paying off her debt, made a name for herself in the underworld. It was a busy year in the city. That's when the Qunari landed. A great storm had caught their ship and left hundreds of warriors stranded in the city, waiting to return home. That's also when the trouble began with the mages. The Templars had become very powerful under Knight Commander Meredith. But, most importantly, that's when I first met the Champion.
I like the setup to this. All these plot strands. There she is. Knight Commander Meredith. Head of the Templars in Kirkwall and
No!
de facto leader.
Atrosta's tits, human. You know how many people want to hire onto this expedition?
But we heard you're going into the deep roads. Surely you'll need all the help you can...
No! You're too late. Already done. This is a sort of venture that can make a man for life. I'm not about to take any chances hiring random humans.
She has a new outfit. I like the old one better.
We've fought and killed Darkspawn. How many of your hired men can say the same?
That's true.
Get in line, human. Half of Kirkwall wants to be my best friend right now. You're looking for a quick way out of the slums, right? You and every other Ferelden in this dump. Find another meal ticket.
What are we supposed to do now? We've got nothing to stop the next person who tries to sell us out. This expedition was our last chance.
Alright, so I guess our year with the mercenaries is up now. Has it just been a year? Has it been a little more than a year? I'm not really sure. He wasn't particularly clear on that.
We've made a name for ourselves this last year. We'll find something.
It has been a year.
We have to. We need coin, status, something we can hide behind. As long as we're just refugees, we're no one. Maybe Gamlen knows someone who can talk to Bartram for us.
He always seems to know what's going on.
We might as well ask. Otherwise, I don't know what we'll do.
You see those doors behind him? I recognize those faces. Uh-oh.
Hey!
I knew a guy once who could take every coin out of your pockets just by smiling at you. But you don't have the style to work Hightown, let alone the Merchants Guild. You might want to find yourself a new line of work. Off you go. How do you do? Varric Tethras, at your service. I apologize for Bartrand. He wouldn't know an opportunity if it hit him square in the jaw.
But you would.
I would. What my brother doesn't realize is that we need someone like you. He would never admit it either. He's too proud. I, however, am quite practical.
Ah, so his brother is the dwarf we were just talking to. The one leading this expedition into the deep roads.
You're part of Bartrand's venture.
That's right. The deep roads wouldn't normally be my thing, but I can't allow the head of our family to go down there alone. So as you might imagine, I have more than a passing interest in this expedition's success.
What makes you so certain we can help? You know nothing about us.
Oh, on the contrary. You've made quite the name for yourself over the last year. The Coterie has been squeezing smugglers out left and right, and the only group to survive owes it all to you two. The name Hawke is on many lips these days. Not bad for a Ferelden fresh off the boat.
Coterie, I think, is a criminal organization. The name sounds really familiar, but I don't remember much about them.
You must have heard of my sister as well, then?
Only a little. She is certainly welcome to come, but I'll leave that up to you.
Frankly, I'd rather you take the credit.
Madam, your secrets are safe with me.
Find out what he's offering. We need a way into this expedition. There must be some way to persuade your brother to hire us on.
We don't need another hireling. We need a partner. The truth is, Bartrand's been tearing his beard out trying to fund this on his own, but he can't do it. Invest in the expedition. 50 sovereigns and he can't refuse. Not with me there to vouch for you.
It's a shame our cousin Aravale couldn't have sent us some money. Really, if you think, if they're related to the Warden Commander of Ferelden, you think they'd be able to go stay with him in Amaranthine or something, but maybe it's a distant cousin.
Your brother doesn't seem like the sort who's willing to split profits.
My brother is many things, but he is not stupid. Far better to share the profits than be trapped in a tide with 1,000 darkspawn between you and the exit. Trust me, he'll come around.
Why would you stick your neck out for a complete stranger?
I'd rather take a chance on someone with your reputation than head into the deep roads unprepared. And besides, we'd be your partners. I'm willing to give a little trust if you are.
Funny that he was here looking for me and just so happened to be able to help me as well. Which makes me think either maybe he hired that guy to pickpocket me just to make an entrance for himself. I could certainly see him doing that. Or he embellished that when he's telling the story to Cassandra to make himself sound a little more like a hero.
It sounds interesting. But if I had any gold, I wouldn't need this job.
You need to think big. There's only a brief window after a blight when the deep roads won't be crawling with darkspawn. The treasure you find down there could set you and your family up for life.
It won't be easy, but it's a chance. I think we have to take it. Better to work our way into this expedition than sit around waiting to be thrown in the gallows.
We work together, you and I, and before you know it, you'll have all the capital you need. What do you say?
We said all these yet? I don't know if we have or not, but enough talking. Let's get to it then.
You have a deal.
Perfect. Kirkwall's crawling with work. You set aside some coin from every job and you'll have the money in no time.
maybe Aveline can find us some work. She's got a position with the city guard now.
We should talk privately when you get the chance. In the Hanged Man, maybe. I'll be there when I'm not with you. Now, let's go see what trouble we can stir up. Keep a hand on your coin, Hawke. There are more cut purses in Hightown than in the rest of the city combined.
I remember that all your members of your team, they have lives of their own as well. So when they're not traveling with you, you can actually find him like in the pub. You can find Aveline at the guard's office, but they're still party members too. I like that. So all right, I think we'll probably save it here. I like the idea of this quest though. This Deep Roads expedition.
Did you see a couple of children causing a racket here? No?
Can't say I have. Just like the quest of legend, we get to go on a hunt, fight us some darkspawn, and hopefully find some buried treasure. First things first, we have to start raising some money, and I feel like that's actually the whole main quest of the first part of the game. Like there are I think main quests, but the overall plot strand is you need to get the money to go on this expedition. So we'll start getting some jobs soon, but I am going to end this episode here. So as always, thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you in episode 3.